Blah. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do to reality, the holders podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. Y si tú quieres cambiar tu vida, if you want to change your life, then subscribe. Ching. By the way, I just published my first book called Shabbat in Chicago. It's out on Amazon. It's about an audacious single mom who opens her heart and home to 5 adopted kids while being Jewish. And today, guys, we have a very, very special guest. Some of my brothers. So give it up for the one and only Ellie. What's up, man?
What's good? Sorry to be on here.
Same here, brother. I'm happy, man. You understand? I was to friends. I was like, yo, I'm about to have my boy. I've been waiting to have this moment.
I know.
So look, brother, I want to share a little story. Okay, I have a lot of favorite moments. This recently just happened. So for those who don't know, my brother Ellie, he's part of my crew. We're called the Midrash crew. Wednesday, a bunch of guys, all different backgrounds, Latino, Black. You understand, we diverse, and we get together. We talk about life, torah, and then at the end, cheers. But the best part, I got to have a little surprise. No one was expecting this. I said, look, I have a surprise, but it was so nice to have everybody. And my biggest surprise, dun, 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 I had Rabbi Fromowitz, my Rebbe. And for those who don't know, he is my favorite Rebbe. He's been on my podcast. Rabbi with security guards, bodyguards, you name it, in Vegas. So he's the big deal, okay? Came, and I got to share my little, my little lesson. Only took like 5 or 10 minutes. I made it short. He feeds off of that and hits me up with some uppercuts because I wasn't ready for those questions. I was like, Rabbi, you got me right there. And it was so cool. Took shots with the rabbi. And not only that, bracha, a blessing, was to continue. And I love that. I think that was an amazing moment. I just had to share that. And what about you, brother? What can you remember from that night, and any memories you remember of us?
Well, I remember my favorite memory of us, man, was the first time we met. We're at the Moisha house, hanging out. And I just run into you. I'm like, oh, hey, nerd, ethnic Jew, finally somebody to kind of connect with. So immediately we just started connecting on music, on like our cultures, and just getting close like that. And that's one of my favorite memories of just us, finally finding another brother, finding another, somebody who understands our kind of perspective on Judaism. And that was beautiful. And at that Midrash crew, taking shots from Rabbi, the Disrono, that was a highlight for sure. Asking him all those questions, seeing him hit you with a couple questions back. That was a good time.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. And I want to thank you, brother, for being like, to keep coming. It means so much. You and me and Josh are in the group. And I think it's nice that we have that special bond. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everyone I have like a connection with. And I love what you said. We were at the wedding and we were talking, and you're like, look, and you told somebody at the wedding, you're like, yeah, so we're like Jedis, we keep it secret. You know what I'm saying? We don't tell people we having this plan. I love that.
Jedi enclave, yep.
Oh man. That was so epic, brother. I love that. And also, I have a good memory when it was your birthday last year. We went out to Commonwealth.
Right.
It was the first time I met all your other friends together. We actually like bar hop. We went there. We went to a few other spots, and it was dope, man. We had to stop by El Quartet. They got the best drink deals, no lie.
But
Right?
I think
Free
you remember
mustard.
more about my birthday than I do.
Oh man. What about your birthday that just passed? I know your birthday just passed. Did you Did you remember that night? Anything that what was happening?
I'm keeping up the tradition of getting the two beers, double fisting the beers, taking the picture. I'm keeping that tradition alive. But mostly last year or this year, I was just taking it easy, hit a parkway, had everybody together, and pretty much just kept it pretty light this year. I didn't want to do that crazy bar hop last year.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And brother, you share a little bit because tonight is about you, brother. You today, you the guest star. So please share like your background. If you were born and raised in Vegas, your hobbies. Tell us a little bit so we get to figure out who's this person.
Right on. So, grew up here in Vegas, born in 97 due to two Jewish parents. They gave me the name Eliezer. That's not so common out here. So, I always got to tell people, got to educate them, bring them to light that my name actually is kind of common out in Israel. And yeah, I grew up here in Vegas in 97. We were living primarily in Summerlin. I'm a Palo kid. I get a lot of flack for that, but whatever it is, jealous. Everybody's jealous. And played football a lot. Had a pretty solid childhood growing up playing football. Eventually, I went to college and joined AEPI. That's where I met Josh. That's where I met a lot of my Jewish friends. And grew on that relationship. And from there, I worked with my friends before. We worked together in different jobs, and now recently making a move into insurance.
Ooh, ooh. And how do you like it, bro? I know that's a big shift. Like what's everybody's crashing. I know it's sad to say this, but Vegas because of DUI, people are drinking, driving, texting. What's the like? Do you get so many calls all at once? Like, or is there like specific day? Like damn, Friday is gonna be a lot of calls, or Monday. Like, how's your day to day?
It's pretty quiet, pretty usual. I get maybe two or three calls. Somebody who doesn't have insurance right now, they're looking for insurance, getting their car registered, and yeah, I'll give them a quick quote. A lot of different carriers from the spot I'm at now went from being a agent over at different company to being a broker. So now I have more options, different options to quote from, and a lot of it's just quoting them out, saying, "Hey, man." I want you to be honest with me. If you have any accidents, you have any tickets in the last 3 years, like, oh no, I'm clean, man, for like 10 years. I'm like, all right, all right. I give them the number. I'm like, all right, last thing I got to do is run a report and make sure, you don't have any accidents or anything. Yeah, man, I'm clean, I'm clean. My favorite thing is, what happened in 2022? What happened with that? And he's like, oh yeah, kind of expanding on, yeah, I was in an accident. I'm like, all right, well, it's going to take a lot more time if you're not going to be honest with me, Matt, but no matter what, I got your number. This is going to be the new number. And the market in Vegas is just getting kind of crazy at this point, Like, Vegas is a high risk state. We got drunk drivers, we got crazy roads, a lot of different people coming in, moving in. And, it's bringing the rates up so much so that, I see some people going from maybe $200 a month for full coverage, like $600 a month. They're giving me calls. They're like, what's the deal with this? Why is this happening? And largely a lot of what's going on is, how many personal injury lawyer billboards you see when you're driving down the street? Like 4 or 5. At least for me, on my drive to work, 4 or 5.
Wow.
What the insurance companies are seeing is like, hey, Glenn Lerner's going to come over to me and make me pay out the full amount on every single crash that happens. So they're raising the rates up because, they're bleeding money every day. So we got a lot of that going on. A lot of people with no licenses, no license plates, driving around. They need insurance. So, they come to me, they're like, hey, I haven't had insurance in like 2 months. Can you do something for me? And what they have is a lapse of insurance. And what that is like any day you go without insurance, you're in a lapse. And a lot of insurance companies don't like it because you don't have any insurance history on that day forward. So say, in March, you're done having insurance. It's December. You got all those months of no insurance history. So they can't really report your driving habits. They can't really understand if you're a high risk individual. So they're going to raise the price on you no matter what. So That's largely what's going on a lot. I'm getting a lot of calls about that, explaining that to them. But largely, I have good options for people who are driving, that 2015 car and older, great options for that, great options across the board. And really, just the market out here is just making a weird turn where a lot of insurance companies are just not writing for a certain amount of months. Like they'll stop writing for December. Say, hey, I know December is going to be really risky, a lot of accidents, a lot of thefts. We're not writing in December. So it's just lowering the amount of opportunities we have when putting insurance.
Wow. And I have a question. So can you tell me this? I got a call from my insurance yesterday, and they said that I'm sorry, due to the governor of Vegas, I don't know, I forgot his name, that the insurance rate has increased. And I said, what? My renewal has increased. I said, what? You guys just lower my insurance rate because I just turned 31. So I don't know why is my other friend on the other hand, he's 62, he got car insurance and a house insurance of the same company. He only pays like $100 a month. And has never gone up for him. So I was shocked, and I wanted to hear your input that because I just got the news yesterday. I don't know if they send you the same memo that now all the insurance is going up. I was curious. I had to pick at your brain.
Right. Well, I haven't seen any kind of memo of that so far. Maybe that's brand new, but largely what does affect that insurance rate is age, address, zip code. Each zip code could be a little bit higher risk than others, a lot of deaths, a lot of accidents, a lot of claims, whatnot. And, what could be doing that is, we're getting more and more accidents and deaths, like, with the Hyundai situation, right? Like, all the Hyundais from 2011 to 2022 are getting stolen like crazy.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot more of those. So that could also be an indicator why.
So it could be, and if my car's a 2019, is that affected too? The newer the car is?
A lot of questions I get is like, hey, I got a brand new car. It's a safer car. So my insurance should be lower, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a safer car, but it's a brand new car. It's still a little bit more expensive than, say, your 2008s on the road. So I'm getting a lot of that. It's like, hey, it's a safer car. It's like, yeah, but you got 10 computers in that car. That car is worth maybe 25 grand. A lot of people's limits are 25 grand. So in order to replace that car, it's going to be a lot more money. And they're going to ask a little bit more out of you for replacing that car.
Whoa. Very interesting, brother. I might have you take a look at my thing because it's crazy because in Chicago I was paying I had actually a cousin that worked for that insurance company. She was like the broker or the I don't know the name, but for like 15 years, fam, the biggest discount I got. Guess how much full coverage for my insurance? Just
Oh,
guess what number?
for your insurance, and you're 31, right?
Let's rewind a little bit. I wore 25
24, 25 for full coverage insurance in Vegas, right?
in Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, that's completely different. I don't know. Chicago is different. I want to guess around maybe sub $100 a month.
Ooh, oh, you're close. It was $45.
$45 a month.
Brother, you can't go wrong. I had that for 6 or 7 years. When my cousin left the company to need life insurance, she's like, I can't give you that same discount. Insurance went up a little. Oh, no, she ain't there no more. That's my son, that's my cousin. He'll say, so I lost the power. He'll say, I lost the power. Go to Vegas, I registered my car in Vegas, so I have a whole different adjuster and the whole new group. They're like, okay, great. Your bill is gonna be $209, something like that. 200. And I was like, dang, I never paid. I said, I've been a loyal customer since day one.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. Did you put in a claim to get your car fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it. It was the other party. They were at fault. It's still does it still count?
It could, depending on each company, how they rate, because some companies are a little bit different. They just say, hey, no, not at fault accident, not chargeable, we're not charging that. Some others are like, hey, we see that, there's a little bit of a history here, so there's a little bit higher of a risk. We're going to take that into account. But generally, I don't see many people paying more because they have a not at fault accident.
Oh, okay. To make sure, I got a
There's
little.
a lot of different little pieces that could make it higher, zip code, credit, all of that. And generally, the biggest thing that I've seen that made an effect on quote was a reckless driving ticket. That was big. That was big. An accident, whatever, but the reckless driving ticket was really what did it.
Oh, brother. So yeah, so that would definitely. So look, I want you to share a little bit about this is very interesting. We're now, you know, we're older now. We're not in college no more, and things has changed, right? The
Mhm.
world, society, and sad, brother. There's a lot of discrimination more than ever. For those who don't know, Vegas, a lot of graffiti around Summerlin, a lot of anti-Semitic remarks. Vegas is known, my opinion, the most diverse city with so many people with interracial couples, different religion, interfaith couples as well. You see that a lot. I think the best way to with that kind of like stigma or stereotype is you gotta ask questions.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a stark reminder that, it's still there. It's not, there's some times where it kind of dies down, things, whatever, but like, it's still always going to be there. It's always going to go up and down. What's important is that we're all, in line. We're both connected, all reaching out to each other, saying, hey guys, I want you guys to look out. I want you guys to be safe. I want to, like, catch up with everybody, get together, make sure everybody's good. And, I've been seeing so much of that graffiti, especially around the UNLV area. We did a march back in 2017, I believe, on that very fact. And, the Jewish population here is rising. We're getting more people in. And it is making a stark difference. I'm seeing a lot more people, everybody come together, meeting a lot of new faces, and, really seeing a new impact on the new community out here.
Yeah, that's why I like, I think, you and I, we stand out a lot. If people were to see us, not think we're Jewish.
Right.
We can blend in. I'm gonna be honest. I I don't speak English. Say. They're like, you good, bro? You good? No, but
Right.
for real, I think we have an advantage. We blend in anywhere almost.
Right. It's like a double-edged sword. Like we blend in, but we have, on our cultures different various hates going towards us, generally across the board with the African American community, it's more of like intrigue. They're like, oh, really? So you're black and Jewish. Like, is that, your mom's side? Is that your dad's side? It's like, no, it's both my parents, they converted before I was born. And, it's a part of my culture. And they're like, well, what culture are you really all about? It's like, are you more into your black culture? Are you more into your Jewish culture? And I like to be a little bit of both. I like to keep both in my mind. And, I get a lot of, a little bit of pushback from some of the African American community. They're like, oh, well, are you, really black? Are you really doing this? And I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter to me. To me, I'm who I am. I'm both black and I'm both Jewish. I'm all these different things. I'm a unique individual. And if you're not about it, then you're not about it. I don't know what to tell you.
No, that's a good answer. I like what you said, brother. Like going back to, you're Jewish and you're black. You know,
Mhm.
and really, no one can really take that away from you. That's who you are. And I think people are not our world because we have our own world, right? I got a Christmas sweater. We don't celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
about to say, play with the sweater.
Yeah, I got the bell too, bro.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get ready for the ugly party. So, you know how to do it. Your boy got to stretch. You know what I'm saying? Boy got to stretch. But I like what you said, brother. And you know what? One of my really good friend. His name is Agassi. Good brother. He's like a big brother to me too. And he said, "Gonna say you're the first Latino Jew they have ever met, but you have the power to either bring light to them, shun them away from darkness." And he said something so dope. He said Jewish people can also be black or Latino.
And I've seen some other people ask me the same thing. It's like, are you Black Israelite? And I'm like, no. It's a little bit more of a lineage kind of thing. I'm carrying on the lineage of being Jewish. I'm carrying on that history, that culture, and the Black Israelites are a little bit on the different end. They think of a different kind of belief system of following Jesus and following Judaism at the same time, which is not really in line with being Jewish. It's being still Christian, but with a different ideology.
Yeah, sure, brother. So I knew you were smart. I didn't know how to tell you. I already know. That's
A little bit.
my thing, brother. That's my thing. But look, I'm gonna wrap it up. Looks like the time's about to kick me out. Guys, this is the outlet to reality. The holders podcast, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Choo choo. Y'all know where to find me. Instagram, YouTube, the outlet to reality. Chaz Tech won't pass it, and my TikTok is Cove28. Where can my fans find you?
I mean, yeah, Mobar Insurance, www.mobarinsurance.com. I got some testimonials on there, got pictures of the agents. If you guys are ever going through any kind of insurance troubles, be it, lapsing, suspended license, high payments, we can work out something. We do auto, we do home, commercial, do it all. So if you guys want to put in a ticket or give me a call, 725-246-2280, we can help you out.